Nebraska conducted its second major scrimmage here of the spring. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. Overall, Nebraska got about 200 plays of work in, which included 120 or so of live move the ball scrimmage work.
Whew. Okay, so we did individual, we did 9-on-7, 7-on-7, so probably 40 plays there. Then we did 2-minute before the half. Then we went live scrimmage, and I think we got to 120. We got 40 for each. So probably in all, had about 200 plays a day, but the live part was about 120.
And as head coach Matt Rule broke down the day, he said it was an excellent day for his offense.
Yeah, I mean, this was the most dominant day we've had on offense ever. I mean, this is the first time we've ever at practice. I mean, the first time ever, I don't know, might have been 8, 9, 10, 12 touchdowns out there today. So explosive plays, big plays. I think we had one fumble late, with the threes. But I thought the ball was protected. Now, in all fairness, we're not hitting the quarterback, and I'm letting a lot of plays extend. So we might go back and say, well, that would have been a sack. I don't want to sound the alarm. It's just, the ability to throw and catch the ball, and guys making plays after the catch has been good. We didn't run the ball. We had one long explosive run, but on offense, by far the best day we've ever had since I've been here.
Rule also delved in more to the quarterback competition and a possible timeline on when he might name a starter.
I thought all three quarterbacks played really well. I'd like to watch the tape to be able to talk about specifics, but we started with the ball on the -1 with the ones and had a 99-yard drive. We had some long drives that the quarterbacks excelled at taking what was there, getting out of the headset's it's transformational. It's transformational what you can do. So we have guys who are used to doing that, and Sat and Glenn and Garrett. So I thought the quarterbacks all played really well. But again, with young quarterbacks, I have to go back and watch tape. But we'd run around the pocket with one hand on the ball, and then we get in the game in the season, and all of a sudden those are going to be fumbles, right? Again, talking about limiting the lowlights. When you can't hit the quarterback, it's hard to tell. But a lot of really good things. I want them to have to fight for it and earn it, and so I heard Eric Spoelstra, there's a thing he was talking to the guys in the locker room about getting into the playoffs. He's like, how much he values, things that you can't buy and things that you have to earn. And I just like that concept. So I want the quarterbacks to feel like they have the race, and all of a sudden I want the other guy to come along and try to challenge him. I think it'll elevate all of us. And then when we know, we know. But I wouldn't anticipate us saying, hey, this guy is the starter, like today, because I thought all three quarterbacks went out there today and said, hey, I can be the starter. And that's my challenge to the players is don't worry about where you stand at all positions. Don't worry about how much opportunities you're getting. Just worry about what the tape looks like. Do you look like a Big Ten winning quarterback? Do you look like a Big Ten winning left tackle? Do you look like a Big Ten winning D tackle? And if you do, your time will come. So that's a long, very philosophical answer. But I would say it would take a while because I just think there's so many guys doing good things. I want to give them a fair shot.
And just like the last scrimmage, we saw Nebraska hold out a few key faces here in Saturday's scrimmage.
I just want to be careful. I don't want to say the word rest because to me that sounds soft. I'm just not practicing those guys. And again, it's not – some of the other guys are like, why am I practicing? It's just the amount of reps they have, right, if they have game reps at their position. So I did not do Tommy Hill GIF. Did not do I'm sorry, Nash and Ty. Did not do did not do no Banks. I scrimmaged Banks today. Scrimmaged Fedoni today. Did not do Ben Scott and Ben Hart. So held some of those guys, and then some guys maybe like Jamari. Some of those guys who played a lot of football. They got 15 to 18. MJ got 15 to 18. But for the most part, we wanted to get most guys between 20 and 40.
Big change here for college football now moving forward, and Nebraska has been preparing for it all spring, is helmet headset communication. Starting this year, the quarterback will be able to talk to assistant coaches from the sidelines, and they can run that for about 25 seconds until the play clock hits 15.
Like when you're talking to the quarterback, how late can you go?
15. Yeah.
On the play clock.
Yep, 15 on the play clock.
So when they're walking up, when you see a look, you can still talk to them.
Yep.
Yep. Getting up and, hey, look at this guy, look at that guy.
Yeah, and I don't, I think it's documented, like when the Rams had Jared Goff early on, Sean McVay, they would just constantly play at the line of scrimmage, and up until 15 seconds, he would be telling them what to do, and then defenses started waiting, showing one thing, and then 15 seconds running to a different defense. So there's going to be a lot of chess to this. You can only have one green dot on the field at a time. So like, there's Jay Terry's going to be like losing his mind on the sidelines, right? Elite equipment manager. Let me say this: one of the best. But it's hard on those guys because, to give me an example, I am the starting linebacker. Let's say I have the green dot. You're the backup middle linebacker. So when I'm out and you're in, you have to have the green dot. But we play together on punt team. So you have to have a hot helmet without the dot. The green dot's the guy who has the microphone in it. So I have to you can only have one on the field at a time. So you have to have one helmet. And then all of a sudden, I get hurt, and you got to go running in the game. You're like throwing your helmet, getting the other helmet, running in the game. It's chaos. But it's good. It's kind of fun. We dealt with it in the NFL, and I'm so happy that it passed because it's absolutely what should be happening in football. We're trying to get used to today we practiced the tablets with the video on them. We didn't have that in the NFL. We just had still pictures. Like the officials, like they said to me, like, remember now you can't show it to us. Hey, look at this. The Mike Dick or whatever did that. So, but again, I think that's so fair because I come in sometimes and you guys will ask me a question, Coach, what happened on this play? And you have to understand, you guys are in the press box or someone's at home, and they're seeing the replay 10 times, right? And some, the announcer's like, you see here, and everyone knows what happened on the play except for me. I literally look up at the scoreboard, hope to get a glimpse of it, and then we're into the next play. So at least now, for things that we're being held accountable for, and we're going to end up, trending on Twitter and being on the bottom line for, at least now we can go look at the thing and say, oh, this is what happened. Okay, let's fix it. So I think the football product will be even better now that we have the in-game video.
You'll also see the defense have at least one green dot designated helmet headset, but expect Nebraska to continue to use hand signaling as well on defense.
I'm not saying anything out loud of what we're doing. I think you'll see most teams continue to signal. You have to signal on defense. See, I've talked to some coaches around the country, and because there's in the NFL, you only have 48 guys active on game day, right? So you can't really. It's hard to go chip. Went no huddle, but not many people are going to go fast no huddle the whole game. So you can have one headset, right? And that guy signals the defense to everybody, and you're in the huddle most of the game. And then when it goes 2 minute, they signal from the sidelines most times. Well, what I think you're going to see people do in college now is go even faster because they know the defense has to signal, right? So one guy can't get the play call and tell it to 10 other guys while they're going in 12 seconds. It's impossible. So in the bowl games, when they experimented with it, a lot of teams had they let everyone have a headset, or a lot of teams had 3. So one secondary guy, one linebacker, one D lineman. That didn't pass, and I'm not complaining about it. It's one guy's got it, but we would only really use that. So we'll still signal on defense. We'll have to. And then on offense, I think you'll see a lot of people going even faster. So they'll probably still signal from the sideline. What we do, we'll probably do a little mixture.
As for that defense, the pass rush continues to be a topic of discussion for Matt Rule.
We have the guys who can do it. We have guys who can rush. The Jamaris, the MJs. Like Chief Borders is probably the most improved player on our team, I'd say, through camp. I mean, Chief has like, what? I can play, and he's a problem out there. So I think we have the guys to do it. It's just constantly getting great at it.
Another area of intrigue is who will be the starting corner alongside Tommy Hill.
Yeah, I think if we played today, Coop might not. I'd have to ask Coop. I think it'd probably be like Hill and Hill. Like those two guys. Bly looks excellent out there. He's big, he's physical, he's long, he's competitive, he's smart, he pays attention, he focuses. He's got a short memory. He's going against elite level receivers out there. Jeremiah's been banged up, so Jeremiah was in that mix. But again, you got a lot of guys fighting for the job, and that's another kind of like the quarterbacks. That'll go all the way to. That'll go all the way to the season, but right now, if we play today, I think it would be Hill and Hill.
And then finally, the transfer portal remains open, but thus far, it's been pretty quiet for Nebraska.
Well, why would you go somewhere else? You have the best facilities in college football, an elite education, the best academic services I've ever been around, elite life skills and player development, the best nutritionist in football, one of the best strength coaches I've ever been around, elite sports science, elite medicine. Coach, you want to go to the NFL? You have a bunch of coaches who've been to the NFL. Why would you go anywhere else? You have the best fan base in college football, the best media base in football. I'm serious. You're going to get. I mean that sincerely. You're going to get covered here. Like sometimes kids will say to me, "I'm thinking about this." I'm like, "All right, go play in front of 25,000 people and play in obscurity." Like, I wish the teams we placed. I like to listen to their player interviews. No one else. Make sure you guys know you have a good too, but our players have a good. No one else has 5 players every Tuesday and Wednesday getting interviewed. So when you come here, you're getting those opportunities to build your brand. What's that they call it now? Build your brand. Like, you're getting opportunities to get yourself out there. Like, we have guys that do, they might do a radio show. They might do this. Like, again, why would you go anywhere else? You have everything you could possibly want here. There's 2 conferences that are dominant in college football. You're playing in them. It's all right here. So it might be right for some people, and I say that all the time, right? But our job is to make this an elite place. And again, so many often people, the player, the people that love them, they get so caught up in, am I going to play, the opportunity? And I always say, are you being developed to be a pro? Your time will come. Are you being developed to be a pro? There's so many kids that go into the portal and schools recruit them with promises really just to be a backup. People are like, hey, we really need a backup. We really need a backup right guard. And then they leave a place where they had it really good and they go somewhere to wear a helmet for a year and be a backup. And some of our guys, if they want, I'm always going to support them no matter what. But we have it so good here. People say to me, like, oh, Coach, I hope you stay. And I always say, well, I hope you say that in like 2 or 3 years. But also, like, why would you leave here? Like, you get to live in one of the best states in the country. Like, everything's safe here. People are nice here. Other than, a little wind here and there, you know what I mean? Like, I have an easy commute. I got, elite facility. I mean, that building when we finally move in my office is nicer than my first house. So I think it's really important that, I believe in gratitude, like to be really grateful for what you have and not spend a lot of time worrying about what other people have. And so I hope that's why the guys haven't gone in the portal. And we'll meet with guys next week. And if guys, Coach, I'm really worried about my playing time. I won't make anybody promises, I won't make promises I can't keep. But I'm sure a lot of our guys will want to stay.
Huskers back to work Tuesday for practice number 13. With the Huskers in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.